Long Cowboys fan, glad I learned that. Good day, everybody. Welcome into First Take. Appreciate you being with us. Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith, Molly Karam here with you. Gentlemen, what's the good word?
I just appreciate your being here after a long night of celebrating your birthday yesterday. And you actually look no worse for the wear. You look like you actually got 2 hours of sleep, maybe.
I got plenty more sleep than that. I got plenty. I even went to New York City, spent some time with the family, and I got honored with the Role Model Award in Newark, New Jersey.
Really?
That's right. Right on Sports. Appreciate the love. Thank you so much. That's right. The great Peter King.
On your birthday?
Board of Trustees. Chris Broussard's a part of it.
That's huge.
I was honored yesterday, so I appreciate it humbly. Thank you so much.
Congrats. I'm glad you enjoyed your birthday.
Well, by the way, did you see what happened? Let's let America know what was happening prior to this show.
Yeah, let's let them. You dared me to bring this up, you bring it up.
Go
ahead.
Skip Bayless, we actually had to sit here and watch and wait while Skip Bayless was getting his eyebrows done before we would appear on
They framed the baby blue.
And had the nerve to say that that's the reason we got ratings. That's had the nerve to say that.
And by the way, just a little context for our viewers.
Okay.
The only reason he noticed is because, for once, he actually came out a little early. He didn't make it just for barely the start of the show. So he actually saw what happens every morning, right on schedule, 2 minutes before showtime. The beautiful Hope, our makeup artist, comes out and does my eyebrows. Now, I don't need any more makeup like you. You need like 20 minutes in the chair. I just get my eyebrows.
Just a little touch-up.
That's all I need.
All the rest. Time out. Who has the best eyebrows?
You do.
Yes,
but let's be very, very clear. The only reason Skip doesn't need that much time in the air is because he spends about 40 minutes in the bathroom doing his own. Let's keep that in mind. Let's not forget that. Okay?
Do I look like I have any makeup on?
And oh, by the way, but we all know you do it. We all know you do it. And by the way, the party doesn't start until I arrive anyway. That's why I can make you wait. Let's go.
Wait,
Let's go.
I underestimate. I think you spend 45 minutes in Hope's makeup chair.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
5 minutes. I've got every arena that I go to when I got to drab on something, it don't take me more than 5 minutes. It don't matter. I leave the beauty to other people. I don't try to look as good.
Well, you should work on your eyebrows a little more.
Maybe I should.
The eyebrows look all right. I feel like I'm complimenting you guys too much lately, but both these looks, they're nice. Looking clean.
I think I'm doing all right.
Oh, gosh. Enough. Bernard Hopkins is going to join us later. I don't know if he gets his eyebrows done. Don't miss that. But we kick things off with America's team. Showtime's Inside the NFL ran the sound yesterday of Tony Romo on the field after the Cowboys lost to the Patriots. This was an injured Tony Romo, of course, saying to Brady, "See you in February." Confident Romo, Skip. Are you okay with this bold statement by your guy?
Stephen A. Smith, I must admit, I would have liked it a lot more if Tony Romo had actually been wearing shoulder pads, which would have indicated that he actually played in the football game that had just ended on the field. And obviously, Tony Romo can't play a lick of a real game until November 22nd. That seems like a long time away. It's a game at Miami, and that's only if the Cowboys feel like they need him to risk quick re-injury of his broken collarbone, because it's possible, which I've acknowledged, that with the backup quarterbacks, my Cowboys could fall to 2-7 by that point. And I have a fear that Jerry Jones would say, do we even need to take a shot at this at that point? It will all depend, obviously, on Dez's ability to heal a lot faster than we think that he might be able to heal. So, now, back to your question. I like Tony Romo's newfound confidence. I like the message that I think he was trying to send to his teammates, which is basically for them to sit back and say, my goodness, our quarterback, our injured quarterback, went up to Tom Brady, sort of a la Richard Sherman a few years ago back in Seattle, and trash-talked him right to his face.
Mad bro.
Slapped him on the, that's exactly what it was. Slapped him on the shoulder pads and said, hey, see you in February. Wow, our quarterback did that, so I kind of like that message, but I got to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm always honest about my Cowboys, whether you think so or not. It came off as a little weird and a lot awkward. That's what it came off. It was awkward, and it felt like Tony Romo had rehearsed it in front of the mirror. Like he'd sort of, okay, I'm going to say it like this. Like he had really planned to walk up to Tom Brady and utter that line. And the embarrassing part about it was that Tom Brady pretty much just ignored him. He kind of gave him a little, like, yeah, who are you now?
That's Brady.
Who are you?
Patriot way.
Okay. And then he turned his full attention to Brandon Weeden and warmly shook Brandon Weeden's hand because Brandon Weeden had actually played in the football game. Didn't play very well, got his butt kicked, but still, at least he played, and Tom was willing to honor that by shaking his hand warmly. So, Stephen A. Smith, I am hanging in with my Super Bowl prediction. Obviously, as you saw that sound, on that day, did I have any idea I was going to lose my quarterback and my best receiver and the best receiver in pro football? I had no idea. So I'm clinging to my Super Bowl prediction because I need Matt Castle to win a couple of games. I don't need this team to be 2-7 when Romo returns. If you give me 4-5 when he comes back, I got a chance. And I'm going to say this one last time. If Romo does return and this team gets 100% healthy and hot and manages to just eke into the backside of the playoffs in the last playoff spot as a wild card, NFL, you better look out because here would come my Cowboys. We've seen lots of teams do it as the road wild card team, starting with Aaron Rodgers back in, what was that, like 1888? Or when was that? That was like decades ago when he pulled off his Super Bowl. But Aaron Rodgers did it. Tony Romo is fully capable of doing it because this team always plays better on the road. So I would love my chances as a road wildcard team. I just need to get in the tournament, and I'm not sure they're going to be able to pull this off. Your thoughts?
See this photo?
Yeah, that's it.
Is that what you recall? Is this accurate? Is this accurate? Well, Tony Romo basically slapping Tom Brady on the chest affectionately as Tom Brady basically pretty much looks like he's ignoring
I don't think
him.
it was affectionately. I think he was trying to get his attention.
He's trying to get his attention.
Look at me.
So in other words, Tom Brady was ignoring him, correct?
He ignored him.
Okay. I wonder why that might be. You know, it's interesting that you bring this stuff up because, you see, I understand you, like Cowboy Nation, the typical pathetic Cowboy fans that you are, no sense of reality whatsoever, living in fantasy land in the past, thinking that this is 1995 or 1992 and 93. That's just the way that
those
you
were
all
the
are.
years.
Those were the years. Those were the days. You know,
I was there.
You know what? I remember.
It was great.
Listen. I remember when Sanford and Son was out, and it was a beautiful. It was a special day. I remember when Archie Bunker was out, and with Edith trying to sing with that voice. I remember those days. I remember the Jeffersons.
Well, that was their song. Those were the days, right?
I remember good times. I mean, I remember a lot of things from the past. It was incredibly affectionate. It was a beautiful thing to see. I still watch it from time to time and reminisce about the good old days because it's special. But at the end of the day, when I get up in the day and I go about the business of conducting my day, I have to live in reality.
Okay.
And the reality of the situation is that picture of Tom Brady and Tony Romo was a metaphor for what actually transpires, what actually should be the reality that you and the pathetic Cowboy Nation out there should obviously accept. That is that you're not relevant. Don't come to me, shake my hand, and continue to move on. Whether you're wearing a sling or not, you're really not that relevant. You're not that relevant because I'm the reigning defending Super Bowl champion, and on top of it all, I've got 4 Super Bowl championships on my resume. You guys haven't had a Super Bowl championship in 20 years. You've got a quarterback that's in his 10th year that's had a grand total of 2 playoff victories. Do you understand that you actually need...
Wait, he's got 3 that won at Green Bay.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Do you understand? Let me put it in its proper perspective for that pathetic Cowboy Nation. Yes, I said it for the 3rd time. That Cowboy Nation out there. Do you understand that in order to win 1 Super Bowl championship, you have to win a minimum of 3 playoff games? Just to win 1 Super Bowl. He hasn't won 3 in 10 years. 3 playoff games in 10 years.
Okay.
You need to win 3 in 1 year to capture a Super Bowl. He hasn't won 3 in 10 years.
And your point
3
is?
playoffs. What I'm saying to you is that at some point in time, you must understand that the only reason your Cowboys are relevant, the only reason we can talk about them on the show, the only reason Cowboy Nation is relevant is because y'all are interested in popularity. You understand? Not actual substantive value. The Dallas Cowboys, as it pertains to winning, as of yet, have no substantive value. Now, they are coming off a 12-4 season. They did win the NFC East. We do understand respectfully that Tony Romo and Des Bryant are out. And if they were healthy, Skip Bayless, these Cowboys would not be 2-3. They would likely be somewhere around the realms of 4-1, maybe. Possibly 5-0, but definitely
possibly
at least
5-0.
Definitely at least 4-1. I'll give you that.
Yes,
but the
you.
reality is that over the course of 20 years, there are a multitude of things that have gone wrong with the Cowboys. There have been injuries. There have been suspensions. There have been just ineptitude. Okay, there has been a hype machine that was too hyped and didn't validate its own hype. There are a multitude of reasons, but in the end, what it comes down to is that the Cowboys, you and Cowboy Nation, need to face the reality that the only reason they are relevant is because of you all with your pom-poms, waving them on, thinking that they're going to be something that they're not as of yet. They're just some regular old team. They just got the star in their helmet with the owner with the billion-dollar plate.
Were they last year a regular old team?
Well, you know what? They were one of the playoff teams last year.
Oh.
They were one of the playoff teams.
Who won the East last
well, it doesn't matter to me. Doesn't matter to me.
Well, it mattered on that day you had to wear that.
Doesn't matter. That day. Hey, listen, dead clock is right twice a day.
Oh,
they got me that day.
Right all last
they
year.
got me that way. They got me that way.
All last year, all the way through the season.
All I'm trying to say to you is that at some point in time, it's not your fault. You are a victim. You have been contaminated.
Victim?
You have been
I'm
contaminated.
the leader of it.
You have been contaminated by Cowboy Nation.
He's a villain.
Okay? You are a victim.
I'm the head of Cowboy Nation.
I don't even blame you.
Let me tell you something. I set the tone for.
You know what? All I ask is that everybody recognizes that as much as you as much as you love the Cowboys, I despise them because of Cowboy Nation. The worst fans in America, as far as I'm concerned, are the Cowboys. That's right, I said it. Cowboy fans. You know why? Because y'all don't deal with reality. Cowboy Nation is irrelevant. Cowboy Nation really should. They don't deserve to be discussed by us only because of you, and I'm going to roll with it. But all you're doing is jinxing yourself and dooming yourself. All you're doing is setting the stage for a bunch of excuses for you to be depressed when they fall flat on their face. And at some point in time, America will stand up. And the Steelers fan, even the Raider fans, the Patriot fans, and the Giants fans, everybody will rise up and say, you know something? Bump Cowboy Nation. Y'all haven't been irrelevant. Well, I can't use it.
I know what you're going to say. Yeah.
It's FCC.
You're a role model. Be careful.
There we go. So the point that I'm trying to make to you, the point that you know, I believe I am.
Let's stay focused.
I believe I am. But I'm here to tell you, I can't stand the Cowboys because of your fan base, because y'all don't live in reality. Every week you think like the Cowboys won a Super Bowl. Y'all haven't done anything, and that's the problem.
Did they fall on their face last year? Help me out. No, they did not.
No,
all year long.
They just lost at the end.
But they did. Did they fall on their face?
No,
did they embarrass themselves?
They did not.
Was it a shameful performance at Lambeau Field
where
they got robbed because we all know it was a catch?
Do you realize?
Back me up, Cowboy Nation.
Do you realize that if the Cowboys had beaten the Eagles on Thanksgiving Day, do you realize that the Cowboys would have had home field advantage, and that catch that wasn't a catch, that call would not have been made against them? I'm saying it wouldn't have been made against them.
We were lucky to beat Detroit.
It wouldn't have been made against them. All I'm trying to say to you is this: like I said, I listen. It's not just your fault. I go on my radio show. It doesn't matter what subject I'm discussing. The Cowboy fans call up all the time. They just sit there. They lie to my producers. They lie to my producers to get on the line because they want to talk about their useless team, okay, who hasn't won a Super Bowl in 20 years. All I ask, could you get to a Super Bowl? Could you at least visit? Could you at least show us what Roger Staubach showed us, what Troy Aikman showed us, what Tony Dorsett showed us, what Too Tall Jones showed us? What Deion Sanders and Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith showed us. Could you at least do that? Could you do that? No. I know Cowboy. I know we all know those names. But over the last 20 years, The only reason we know Romo is because he messed up so much before he became relevant. And, of course, Des Bryant is a stud. Think about it.
Yep.
Think about it.
I have to make one quick point.
I'm just saying.
Here.
Sure.
Cowboy Nation is relevant because it's the biggest, baddest, most loyal nation in all of sports. And you're going to have to swallow that and accept it because it's just the truth. They are America's team because they have the most fans of any team in any sport in the world, spread all over the world. Cowboy international nation.
Let me tell you something. Cowboy fans are pathetic because they're boring. And they're predictable. Because they're predictable.
Because they hang in with their team?
No, because everyone knows what they're going to say. You lose by 40. You lose by 4. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Oh, we got cheated. Oh, it was a bad day. Oh, you know what? We'll be back next week. That's been the story for 20 years.
Yep.
You don't live, not all, because there are exceptions to every rule, not all, but most Cowboy fans don't live in reality. Y'all are nauseating. You continuously force people to want to throw up because we're tired of talking about y'all because y'all haven't won anything yet. Win something, please.
Now, back to the original question that this woman asked us.
I thought I answered that.
No, you did not, because I answered it to start with. And help me out here, Molly. Did I say go, Tony, go in my answer?
No.
No, I did not. I said I do have a problem with it. It came off as weird and awkward. And then you're accusing me of having no objectivity about my Dallas Cowboys?
You know why? Because you only say that because you're worried that it'll get in the way of your ultimate goal. So you meticulously dissect anything that somebody says if it gets in the way of your ultimate agenda, which is to ensure that you facilitate the Dallas Cowboys. Let me tell the world how awful you are as a fan. Does Skip want the best against the best? Not at all. If Brady, let me finish. If it don't matter who it is, if Brady or Rodgers or anybody else had to go down and get hurt for the Dallas Cowboys to win, Skip would wish that. Skip doesn't want to wish harm on anybody.
I don't want Tom Brady to go down.
You don't want anybody to get hurt.
You don't want anybody to
get hurt. What I'm saying to you is this.
And now
me, I'm a Ric Flair fan. Woo! To beat a man, you've got to beat the man.
Yeah.
I think like that. You, on the other hand, if there was accidents, if there was
if
there was a flu virus going around, whatever it took to facilitate your team winning, you would do it.
You know what?
How do you even go there?
Want to know the truth of what happened?
I'm just, you know.
No.
When that rookie from Philadelphia went out of his way to crush Tony Romo's shoulder into the turf in Philadelphia, I can't even remember his name, Justin Hicks or something from Texas. Well, it was a cheap shot, and he admitted after the game, I attacked him, okay? But when that happened, and then obviously that followed Des Bryant taking one little wrong step and his little toe breaks, whatever you call it, a Jerry Jones fracture, whatever it's called. Stephen A. Smith, somewhere after the show, was dancing. He was dancing in front of his mirror somewhere because
he
was getting his eyebrows done so they could dance up and down because you got the 2 biggest breaks you've ever gotten in your career. Because my Super Bowl prediction was so dead on that this team was going to roll through the NFC and probably would have had, maybe unfortunately for me, home field advantage through the playoffs. That's how loaded and talented this team is. But you're the one who got the break, and now you're all giddy, and now you're attacking Cowboy Nation because to be the best, you didn't have to beat the best.
Excuse me.
That's what just happened.
Excuse me. Do I look giddy?
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You have been giddy.
Let me explain something.
You were giddy in your answer.
Let me explain something.
You're up on your soapbox because you got 2 huge
Once again,
breaks.
This is just strategy. You want to interrupt me because you don't want me to say what I want to say.
I'm the one who talks too much?
I let you talk. I talk a lot, but I don't interrupt you.
That's an upset.
I let you talk. Yes, I do.
For the record,
let me say this to you.
Upset.
Let me tell you this. I'm going to say this, and then we're going to move on. I'm sick of your pathetic Cowboys. Here's the deal. I am the kind of person, I want the fall to be precipitous. I want the fall. I don't want you to fall off the curb. I want you to fall off the mountaintop.
Like a Six Flags ride,
you understand what I'm saying? Nothing, absolutely nothing would please me. See, you go on week to week. Nothing would please me more than to watch Tony Romo and them ball out, run through the NFC, run through the playoffs, and everybody's hyped And then the Super Bowl comes, and then you know what? They've got the game in hand, and then Tony Romo throws a pick six to lose the Super Bowl. I mean, that's the kind of epic stuff I'm talking about.
I would take it. I'd take it right now.
But see, that's the difference. What I'm saying to you is, I don't want the Cowboys to lose during the regular season and be irrelevant. What's fun is there in that? I don't want that. I don't want them to sit there and go into the playoffs and you know what? Oh, they just stink up the joint so easily. No, I want your hopes elevated. I want you gung-ho about them. I want you bragging about them. I want you hyped about them. And right around the time that no one anticipates they collapse, boom. That to me is more enjoyable than them losing during the regular season.
You know why?
I'm mad they losing now. I want them to win now.
You want to know why your logic is so terribly flawed for your own benefit? Right. If that happens, if my Cowboys do get to the Super Bowl, what do you have to do? For the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl, you have to wear Cowboy paraphernalia.
Let me be very
clear.
Am
I right?
Let me be very clear. I would lose a lot of weight that week because I'd be throwing up a lot because it would make me sick. But I will tell you this. What would make up for all of it is what I just described.
Okay.
If they rolled up in the Super Bowl, the Dallas Cowboys have the lead. They just need to run out the clock. They're about to win a Super Bowl. And then all of a sudden somebody fumbles or throws a pick six. That would be so beautiful. I must admit to you, it would be a lot of fun.
But by then, you would have thrown up so much, you'd be down to like 96 pounds at that point because you would have had the 2 worst weeks of your career, if not your life. Am I right about that? You would have to laud and applaud my Cowboys for 2 whole weeks.
I think I'm having it now, man, having to talk about these boys because I got to tell you, they haven't done anything. We all know they're going to, at best, you're going to be 3-6. I mean, so you're going to be, you're going to be 3-6.
I'll take 4 and 5.
Coming into the Miami game.
I don't know.
You're going to be 3-6. You're going to lose at least 4 to the next 5 games or 3 of your next 4 games rather. That's just the way that it's going to be. That's life. We understand it. It is what it is. Call me when the Cowboys become relevant again. Because at this moment in time, they're just not.
Molly, I'm sorry, but in a rare instance on this show, I'm going to have to amend my opening answer to your first question.
Sure.
Okay? I now change my answer about how I feel about what Tony Romo did yesterday on Sunday.
Yes.
I loved it. You know why? I'm going to say, to use your word, bump objectivity here.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And I want him to do it again and again because we are going to go to the Super Bowl and we are going to lose to the Patriots in the Super Bowl. I stand by my prediction because you have hit my deepest button on this issue and you are going to pay for it, my friend.
Whatever. Last time Cowboys made anybody pay for anything, I can't even recall. They're irrelevant. They're only relevant to you and Cowboys Nation.
Well,
Cowboy Nation
dominates
my
the
last thing.
so.
Cowboy Nation is pathetic. I said it. Okay, unrealistic and pathetic because of it. That's what I said. Jerry Jones and hoodwinked y'all. Y'all look like y'all been hypnotized for crying out loud. It's just embarrassing. It really is. Nothing relevant
Hang
about
in, Cowboy Nation.
Can you take your badge off? That is throwing me off the whole show. Everyone knows who you are. You really need that?
No,
I don't know who he is half the time.
I'm not thinking anybody's, I'm sorry. My bad.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
It's throwing me off. We all know who you are.
Why do you wear it on your...
Because I got to get in and out through the building, man.
Well, I don't mean escorts.
No, I don't
Stephen A. Smith,
I don't
the
have
role
escorts.
model.
I don't have escorts.
All right. Up next, we're talking a little Tom Brady. Some Hall of Fame quarterbacks had some things to say about him. We'll tell you what they said. That's after the break.